Welcome to Breathe and Bake. Today we are going to make chocolate horchata. Horchata is a cinnamon rice drink that originates in Mexico, and if you are lucky enough to have a Mexican restaurant by you that serves horchata, you might be familiar with like the sweetness and cinnamoniness of the drink. And we love it here. And I have recently come across a few places that are doing other flavors mixed in with horchata. Like one I've had recently has been a coconut horchata, which was delicious. Today I am going to be making a chocolate horchata, which still has the cinnamon in it as well, but it gives a different kind of flavor. This would be a really fun drink to serve alongside churros if you want like a drink and dessert kind of combo there. First up, we are going to make our kind of chocolate sauce, chocolate liquid that we will pour into our horchata mixture. So what I'm going to do is in a small pot, I'm going to combine 2 cups of water, and 1 1/4 cups of sugar. So this is a 1/4 cup measuring cup, so I'm going to do 5 of these. Even though horchata is a sweeter drink, I love it with, even I mentioned that you could have it with dessert, but we just drink it with our meal as well. I smell the sweetness of the sugar as I'm jumping it into the water. First step is we're going to let the sugar and the water combine, so it's going to melt those sugar crystals and become one combined liquid. And once that is done, we are going to remove it from the heat and whisk in a cup of chocolate chips and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'll show you what that looks like. I have the sugar and water combining over medium heat, and occasionally I'll go back and I'll stir it. While we are waiting for the sugar and water to combine, we're going to make our base horchata mixture. I have 8 cups here, so you have 8 cups in here and 2 cups in there. So in total, this recipe has 10 cups of water in it. In with these 8 cups of water, I'm going to add 4 cinnamon sticks. Smells so good. It smells like fall. So 4 whole cinnamon sticks go in. And then we're going to do 2 cups of a long grain white rice. It's a fun sound. It reminds me of if when you were a kid, I don't know if you ever made the tubes, you put rice in it and it sounded like the rain. That's what it sounded like to me when we were pouring the water into here. We are going to cover this up and then blend it at least for about 30 seconds. I might go for a minute depending on how well this blender does. It's really, the amount of time is really going to depend on the strength of your blender, to be honest. So you can see from the camera that our cinnamon sticks are no longer sticks. You can see them kind of floating around in there and sinking to the bottom. So you can see that our sugar has melted. The kind of sugar that I use, which is more of the natural kind of sugar, turns this amber color when it's combined with the water and melts down. And we are going to add a cup of chocolate chips to this while it is still hot. Oop, we got the steam in there. And we're going to stir it to combine and melt those chocolate chips. We are going to see if we can get this to all fit in this bowl. So what we are doing is we're going to combine the chocolate mixture with the horchata mixture, and we are going to let it sit in the fridge for at least 8 hours. So this is something nice to do in the morning if you want to have it later on for dinner or with dessert. Or even better is if you could let it sit overnight. So I'm going to pour the chocolate mixture in. As soon as I took the lid off of my blender, I just smelled horchata. There was like this scent of the rice and the cinnamon together that you smell it and you instantly know what it is. It's amazing. You wouldn't think that like rice and cinnamon could smell so good, but it does. All right, so in goes this mixture. And you're going to include all of those broken pieces of rice as well. Your blender might do an even better job of liquefying some of these pieces. What I'm going to do now is I am going to cover this with plastic wrap and put it in the fridge, like I mentioned, for 8 hours or overnight. And then I will come back and show you all what it looks like. We're going to strain it into a pitcher so that way we're not having those bits of rice or those bits of the cinnamon stick in our drink. We definitely want to strain this out, and then we will give it a try. So see you back in just a bit. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's been 8 hours since we originally made our chocolate horchata mixture. And now what we're going to do is we're going to strain it. I'm going to strain mine first into another bowl because my strainer is wider than my pitcher. So if I try to put it directly into my strainer, it may just seep out of the sides and go all over the counter. So I have learned that when I do something like this, I strain into another bowl and then I could easily pour that straight into the pitcher. If you have a fine mesh sieve that fits over your pitcher, then you could do directly into it. You don't need to use another bowl like I'm about to do. I find it easiest to use a ladle. Remember that there are chunks of rice in here. There's chunks of cinnamon in here. So we want to strain those out so it is pleasant to drink. There we go. With the smaller spoon, it's much easier to get in there and move the rice and the cinnamon around and to get all of the liquid out. And I'm pressing down now with my spoon as well, again, to get all of that liquid out. And I'm just going to keep repeating this until I have emptied all of the contents of that bowl into this one. Horchata is best served over ice. I have my glass with some ice right here. I'm so excited to drink this. Oh, you smell the chocolate and the cinnamon. Oh, it smells so good. I wish there was a candle that smelled like this. Oh, that is so good. It tastes like an horchata, but it's as if you took a bite out of like something like deliciously chocolatey. At the same time. And it like tastes like almost like fudge, like the chocolate, like it tastes like a very deep chocolate. I used semi-sweet chocolate chips in this, which I think is perfect. It doesn't taste overly sweet. It's a really nice flavor. It tastes really deep. If you wanted to, you could use milk chocolate, you could use dark chocolate to kind of just adjust it to your tastes, but I think semi-sweet is really the way to go for this. It is delicious, and I completely stand by what I said earlier, that this would be amazing served with some fresh hot churros as well. I really hope that you try this. You saw how easy it was to make. All you need is time, because then it just sits there and hangs out. Try it out. And let us know in the comments what you think. I really hope that you enjoy it.